line. They made a thunderstorm in their presence.
A thunderstorm that was clapping those cheeks.
Yes.
But that's besides the point. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next episode of the Yu Yu Hakusho arc review, where I try to defend Yu Yu Hakusho as my co-host for this tears it apart a new one because he hates this series with a fiery passion. He thinks Toguro is the worst villain ever.
What?
So welcome. I'm your world champion, Watkins here, and the man who despises this series gives it a negative 50 out of 10. Trevor, how you doing today?
We're not talking about One Piece. We're not talking about the Odin flashback. We're not talking about the Odin character. That pile of donkey turds. No. You seem to have got mixed up here. I only save negative 50s for like the filler seasons of Yu-Gi-Oh! That shit's reserved for that. But no, as you all should know if you watch these videos, I fucking stand the show. I stand the shit out of it. If I could stand any more, then my legal name would be Stanley Staniton Stand the Third.
Don't listen to him. He's lying, everybody.
Wow, you are very much like Odin, as in you have to lie to everyone to save face in the public.
Yep.
You dancing mad fool.
I am a mad fool. But yeah, we are talking about the first round, and I guess also kind of the preliminary round, quote unquote.
You mean the one on the boat?
Yeah. I mean,
yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that bull crap. Yeah, the first round of the Dark Tournament arc, which is highly rated by many people, and because so much crap happens in this arc, we're gonna break it down for each round, and the stuff in between we'll throw it with the rounds coming up. Yeah, so are you ready to dive headfirst into this first round, Trevor?
I cannot wait to talk about one of my favorite lines, and it's coming up because it takes place on the boat, and I think you know what I mean.
I think I do too. But we'll get to that. So as always, you know how I do things. Let's talk about some things I didn't like, some things I liked, and then maybe Trevor will crucify me one day, give me my sweet release.
One day, just wait till I visit you for real with this fucking virus. You and I have scores to settle.
Oh, yes, we do. But let's start off. So, question for everybody at home. Who is the masked man?
I think it's Botan.
I have a crazy theory.
Mm-hmm.
I think the masked man. Mm-hmm. Now, hear me out. It might be Genkai.
What? Whoa! Hold on. Hold on. You know, I'm all for. Again, link it to One Piece. You know, we got Yamato. You know, we already had that discussion. But to call the masked man Genkai, is the world ready for such pronouns yet, Watkins?
I guess not. I mean, well, first of all, we don't call them. Some of them call them the masked fighters, so it could be a woman. You never know.
But it doesn't even look like Genkai. You know,
but they're the same height and they wear the same clothes.
Oh, and fucking Yoda was the same height as Yaddle in episode 1, but we were proving that they were two different characters the whole time.
No, that's besides the point. It's not like Baby Yoda is Yoda. Spoilers for Mandalorian.
Not yet.
Oh no.
Just wait for the show to obliterate itself in lore.
But no, I need to know. I need to know who the masked man is. Let me know down in the comments who you think the masked man is. Is it A, Botan? Is it B, Snorlax? Or is it C, a Jinjo?
Or D, Yusuke's mom?
Oh, that might be a twist, actually.
Yeah,
that would be a good twist.
to be safe, I'll go with C, and we'll hold on to that answer. She has the power of the great Ginjonator, after all.
That is true.
Yeah, the masked man doesn't do anything but own shit. This is higher arc, but yeah.
Because the masked fighter's pretty strong, but I need to know who the masked fighter is. I'm so confused. I feel bad for Kuwabara because he's just like, I wonder who it is, and everyone's just all like, "No, shut up, dumbass."
Well, he has a theory, and he thought it was Genkai, but everyone's just like, I don't fucking know, and we don't either. You know, this is probably gonna be like the fucking Obito shit all over again. You know, a mystery that will be saved for all time until forums debated for the rest of eons.
So what you're saying is the masked fighter's Obito. Gotcha. But that's Sharingan.
Yeah, you trade out the deep voice of whoever voiced Madara and you get Vic Mignogna instead.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I need to know who the masked fighter is. I need to know.
I don't fucking know. I don't think maybe we'll never know.
Maybe not. But you know what I do know?
Yeah.
Why the fuck is there a fancy goddamn hotel in the middle of this demon-infested place?
Wait, what? It's explained. It's shown.
I don't care. There's a fancy hotel in the middle of this place where demons are just like, I'm gonna kill these humans. Yeah.
No. I'm not letting this fucking slide. The crucifying begins now. Okay, walk-ins. As far as we know, this is the only place of residence for pretty much everyone, right?
Sure.
I believe that is the case. So I imagine that if you're fucking trillionaires and you're holding a tournament on an island and you only have one massive building to practically live in, and again, you have trillions upon trillions of dollars at your disposal, why the fuck wouldn't you make it as nice as you want it to? Because it's technically your property, you know?
In the middle of demon country, who can get in there with the blink of an eye and be like, I'm gonna drink your coffee without you noticing.
Okay. There really aren't any problems. It's really the humans. The humans are fucking in charge of this place. I don't see the issue here.
Stupid. You know what's even
stupid?
You know what's even more stupid than these humans who just build their swanky hotel? Right. You know what's even more stupid? The demons themselves. These fucking morons. This is where we're going to talk about the preliminary round.
Is this just their strategy to get to the final round?
Just everything about the fodder demons is just it's so, with all seriousness, it's not that I don't like this. They're just stupid.
Yeah.
They're just oh, look, it's a tiny guy. Me gonna kill you because you tiny. No. There's tiny demons that are stronger than you in your own world. Motherfucker.
Yeah. Mukuro.
Yep. Yep.
We'll get to that amazing
yes, we will.
That amazing demon when their time comes. But I think it's just they're generic because they're D, C class demons. They don't really know any better. They're just I'm by okay, here's a good comparison. Remember how in Bleach there was Grand Fisher when he became an Arankar, and it's size is the only thing that matters, and then he's proven horrifically wrong, but he only had that limited knowledge in the first place, so it sucks for him. He's dead.
And they're all oh, we're just gonna kill the human team, blah blah blah. Okay, just because they're humans, the fuck is that supposed to mean? One of them's the fucking soul detective or whatever. Fuck.
Soul detective.
You heard me.
You've been watching this show again for the past 27 episodes. This specific one, anyway.
Soul detective. Soul Detective Ichigo Naruto Uzumaki.
You know what? I forgive you for being wrong in this scenario because you were wrong about the hotel made by trillionaire humans. So,
oh, I know. like I said before, and I will let this be known here. Like I said before we started recording, it is hard to find anything that I truly dislike in this series. So let's just meme about some shit.
Yeah. Can we talk about the voice line that Hiei delivers about if they don't qualify?
Yeah. Please.
Yeah. So you have this entire demon horde, and the mass fighters going in there to face him. And Kuwabar's like, "Wait a second, what if the mass fighter loses?" And then Hiei says, "If that happens, all we have to do is kill everyone else on the boat before the ship arrives. They'll say who's the only they'll say who's left, and we're the only ones, and they won't question anything about it." The fucking line delivery that Chuck Hubert has is
And Kuwabar's just like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
You didn't have many friends growing up, did you? That's a very sour spot, especially when we get to episode 99.
Oh yeah. But yeah, like they're just so stupid. And then they're you know what these demons remind me of? They remind me of wrestling fans. Here's why. Because they'll cheer for people night and day. Be like, "Yeah, go Rock. Go the Rock. Beat Stone Cold Steve Austin's ass. You can do it. We believe in you. We're behind you." They'll do that for like months and all that shit. And then immediately they will just change their fickle little minds and be like, "No, fuck you, Rock. Boo. You're the worst. Boo. These motherfuckers."
Yeah. That's
and I understand. Oh, they're simple mindsets. Blah, blah, blah. Nah, fuck them. Pieces of shit. They're all like, "Fuck you, Chew. Fuck you." Well, Rinko, yeah, he can go fuck himself. But fuck you, Chew. You couldn't do it. We want bloodshed. Blah, 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 blah. And I praise Yusuke for yelling at them at the end, being like, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah.
And then flicking everybody off.
And with he flicked Tagore off at the end of that match, not just the demon. We will get to Yusuke versus Chu and the aftermath of that later. I do want to interject here because we do have to bring up something. I don't know if it's in your slideshow or not, but so Keiko finally knows.
Oh yes. So I didn't know where I wanted to put this because I like to limit things. Actually, you know what? We could probably talk about that in Yusuke versus Chu.
Okay, sweet.
That's because she plays some sort of role in that.
Okay, great. Because I'm looking at the episode right now, and it's just like, oh yeah, I remember when we said how great that Keiko knew in episode 21, and then episode 23. Oh no, episode 26 is no.
Yep.
that didn't happen.
Yep. Yeah, we can talk about that later because that ties into that fight a little bit.
Sweet.
Yes. I don't know. Do you have anything else to add to these dumbass demons or the preliminary rounds or anything?
Yeah, it's like what you said, and we're going to be echoing this when one of my favorite fights of all time rears its head in at the end of this whole shebang. You get to see how truly simple-minded these creatures are. The moment anything happens to them, they're like, "Oh no, Yusuke, we like you now." They're all. You know what they remind me of? An army of star screams, where at every turn, the strongest guy there is like, "I agree with Lord Megatron."
I agree with the big guy.
That's what they remind me of. They're just nothing but like an army of star screams that can't do shit on their own. Sometimes they're literally food for the demons that fight in the ring. Ah!
Oh yeah, we'll get to. Oh shit, I completely forgot about that. Oof. But we'll get to that when we get to it. The last thing that I didn't like in this arc. Kuwabara should have fucking won. I'm sorry. I don't care if it's all like, oh, but the story would have brought two in since they were tied. Blah, blah, blah. I understand that. I get it. But god damn it. And it's mainly just the way he lost.
Yeah, and we should probably do a quick synopsis here, where
yeah. So
it's the first round.
Yep.
First fucking round of the whole Dark Tournament. The whole shebang! It's what it's all been going up to. Toguro bringing down the parking garage, and it led up to this first round and all the build that went with it. And the first round is Kuwabara versus Rinku. And at first, Rinku is a speedy little shitty. You know, he darts around kicking Kuwabara, but Kuwabara is just like, I could follow along too. And he starts getting some blows in. But then Rinku's like, haha, I've been toying with you. Here, I have yo-yos on loan from Earthbound and shit. And he starts wailing Kuwabara with yo-yos. And then, in a creative use of his spirit sword, Kuwabara manages to slip his spirit sword past the yo-yos to get a direct hit on Rinku. Unfortunately, the yo-yos hit Kuwabara too, and both of them fly out of the ring. They're both knocked down. Rinku gets back up, and Kuwabara he seems down for the count. And everyone's just like, oh, fuck. Well, Kuwabara went out like a man. Except that's not what happens. No. What happens is Yusuke, in his sleep, mind you, was like, Kuwabara, get back in there, you wuss. And then Kuwabara jolts awake. And then this would be like the typical scenario where every fan would be like, oh, he's up. Fuck yeah, go hop back in the ring. Instead of back in the ring, all rejuvenated, he runs to Yusuke. He's like, say that again, you runt. And then Koto, the announcer, is like, hey, I'm at count 7. You will never see me warn someone again about getting back in the ring. This is the one time in this whole arc I'm doing that. Get back in the ring. You're clearly up and able. And then Kuwabara's like, no, I got stuff to say with this punk first. And then Rinku's like, I don't have time for this. And then he just throws yo-yo strings around Kuwabara. And he's like, oh no, I'm trapped now. And the winner is Rinku. Like, oh my God.
So on one hand, like, it's fitting with Kuwabara's character because he kind of is an idiot, you know?
Yeah, but
I know. And that's my thing. I'm just like, no, you could have won, Kuwabara. Rinku was just there healing himself. Like, no, don't come any closer. And then after the fight, Kuwabara's just like, no, that's not how men fight. Go away.
Yeah, Rinku literally, like, he scurries away behind his team. He's like,
Stop.
It's like, wow, good job there, Rinku. Honestly, I kind of alluded to it. We were talking about in DMs about just this arc before starting this. And what I wanted to tell you was that my flaw with this is that I think Kuwabara versus Rinku should have been the second fight. And Kurama versus Roto should have been the first fight because, we're about to talk about that fight, aren't we?
Eventually,
okay. Yeah, all I want to say is that Kurama versus Roto is, I think, a much more fit-in first fight rather than having the build-up be leading to Yo-Yo Kid and Spirit Sword guy that lost by dumb pride.
I think I can. The only reason I could see why it was structured the way it was because I think it was trying to hint to the fact of, oh, they're gonna have to, you know, it's kind of also alluding to what happens in other later rounds where Team Urameshi has to fight against these odds in order to win.
So they wanted to see, or Tagashi really like, hey, this is what a loss does, and it happened in the first round. Woo!
Yeah. Plus, like, well, I guess that's not a good comparison. I was gonna say, like, because I've got a wrestling mindset on right now, So like I see it as a way that protects both the demon Rinku and Kuwabara in a way, because it was a count out victory as well. Like nobody like died, and it wasn't as brutal as it could have been. But then I'm just like, wait, the Kuwabara still looks dumb at the end. But again, that is Kuwabara, and that's why I love him so much.
You know what is dumb though, and I literally just realized this. For a weapon called the Spirit Sword that extended, it doesn't really stab Rinku. It's more like a blunt blow that gives like, ow, 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 you hurt me in the tummy really hard.
Spirit pull.
Yeah.
Spirit pull extend. Ew.
Yeah, literally power pull.
Oh, damn. Kuwabara with the power pull, that would be something.
I could see it happening in the first arc, but he kind of needs that special weapon at the end because he technically is the strongest member without doing it. It's so weird. It's like the fucking Usopp, you know? It's like he could have the strongest weapon, but the person isn't as strong.
Yep.
Everyone wondered, what are you talking about, Trevor? Just wait. What episode are we on? 28? Yeah. Wait about around 48 episodes. Come back to me 48 episodes. We'll talk about it then. Yeah. Is it sad that I know every single episode and its plot synopsis?
No, it's not. It's not. Not at all. But yeah, so those are some things that I personally didn't like in the arc. Well, quote unquote, didn't like. But let's continue on with some things that I really liked in this arc.
Oh wait, hold on. I'm still on the Kurama. Oh, fucking porn. You know what? Honestly, fuck you, because I was on episode 29 and I was on Kurama donning that Homura Kenshin look with the scar. I come back here and I see Koto and I'm just thinking, you know what? I think I would rather see Kurama. You and your fucking boobs.
No.
With cat boobs.
You
know what? You can be your precious furry. I'll be the scaly when Jury comes in.
Fine. Actually, I do like Koto a lot better than the other one.
Yeah, no, because like in terms of personality, Koto is the clear winner.
And this is the big thing, especially in like 90s anime tournament things. Is the announcer being like part of the fight?
Yeah.
Like she plays an active role, like commentating. You know, we haven't seen that. Like we see it here, we see it in Dragon Ball. What other series does that?
Not really anything. Like I thought of, what about Naruto? And then it's just like, well, it's a pros and cons situation. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, not even pros and cons, because in Yu Yu Hakusho, not only do you get the announcer's perspective, but you also get the crowd perspective as well. Yeah. However, in like Naruto, with this Chunin exam arc, you only get like the crowd section. You only get their perspective. The announcer, who is coincidentally voiced by Ichigo in Naruto, he's like at the very end. It's like he has like this one sentence, like, "Oh, it's a good thing he did that."
Yeah, and it's so like there's not a lot of commentary. It's just reactions from people in the crowd. Whereas here, we have commentary, and I love that shit. Like, even if it's just dumb shit, like, oh, I should probably be counting now, because that, for me, it grounds the situation. Like, it makes it feel realistic, because it's just like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing my job right now, but I'm just so blown back by what the fuck's going on. Like, even in the Hiei fight, which I won't say it much beyond this, she begins her count, and he's just like, don't worry about it. He's burnt to a crisp. And she's like, yeah, I guess you're right. Well, you win.
It's immersive. It's like she acts in character. You see it throughout this entire arc and through the rest of the series. Her job comes first. Everything else is a distant second.
Exactly. And you see that even when they add the other announcer, who is a step down from Koto.
Yeah, definitely a step down.
It's mainly, the way I see it is Koto is the cute girl that knows her shit. And then I forgot the other girl's name. What is it again?
Her name is Jury, and she is the girl that you would meet at a college party who wants to get laid, but she's too bitchy to be even considered going back to bed with.
Jury's there for the looks, and Koto's there for the all around package.
Yeah, I'm glad we're both in agreement that Koto is one of the best girls in this arc.
Yeah, but it's like one of those things I just wanted to point out because we could talk about the fights till God knows how long.
Oh, we will. We fucking will.
But I still want to point out some like cool things in this arc that actually add to the story, such as adult Koenma.
The fucking introduction for him was legendary.
Yes, I loved it because everybody's just like, "Oh shit, you're Koenma," and we as an audience were like, "No, he's the baby's Koenma, not this handsome rogue."
Yeah. Can we please talk about him meeting Keiko and Chizuru, please?
Yes.
So, to sum up everything, Yusuke's girlfriend and Kuwabara's sister, Chizuru, they kind of interrogated Botan because they're wondering, hey, where's Yusuke and Kuwabara at? And Botan spills the beans. So all three of these girls are at the island, and Koenma is pretty tired of living up in the afterlife. So he comes on down to get a good look at the fights too. And you get this really interesting lore about like how he's always been the owner of the guest team, only so that he doesn't use his authority to destroy the tournament. It's like a loophole thing that he's worked into. Yeah. But then Koenma, when he's trying to get tickets or whatever, he looks over at the ticket guy and it's like, these two are sister and girlfriend of my team, and the blue-haired girl is my assistant, who really has a big mouth. And then he introduces himself. He bows in front of Keiko and Chizuru. He's like, I am Koenma. I'm very cool. And that's it.
Yep. It's so good.
He's not cool, but the fact that this motherfucker in a pacifier goes up to you and says, I am this person, I am very cool, nonchalantly, straight as an arrow, just says that plain as day, and there's no other words after it. The scene ends.
Yep.
Like, oh, okay.
Not only that, the scene ends. They don't go to his box with him. Yeah. They have to go into like the nosebleed section. He goes to his box. He has Ogre with him, mind you, who tagged along. And he's just like, is this our box? And then immediately turns back into a baby.
Yeah, Koenma's too cool for them. Yeah, as stated, I'm very cool.
Yep.
Great.
And like we'll see more of adult Koenma because this is the form he takes when shit gets real.
Yep.
Like he dons the baby thing when he's working and shit, but when he has to be like serious, hey, I rule you, he will take this form and be like, hey, bitch, I rule you.
Yeah, in fact, let me think. I think when in the Chapter Black arc, the last time we see Koenma as a baby form is like when he's talking about the threat himself, like talking about the big threat of that arc. And then the next time you see baby Koenma is like 40 episodes into the future, near the end of the whole series, and then Koenma goes back to his baby form, and it's instead of being like a funny moment, it's just like, oh, look at where we started and this is where we ended. Very, very nice. So yeah, you get used to adult Koenma whether you like it or not, but I think you would. He's very cool.
Oh yeah. Exactly. Like he's a cool character. He's cool. And it's a nice change of pace too, because again, like how serious can you take a baby? I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Like he's proper comic relief.
Yeah. Like the baby form's proper comic relief, unlike other writers with their gags and comic relief.
Sanji!
And on that note, let's
Sorry,
stop
allergies.
talking about some some crap and some let's get Meathead in this shit. Fucking Kurama's fight.
Ah, yes! 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 Oh, who's gonna do the synopsis, you or me?
You know what? I'll let you take care of this because I want to do Hiei's.
Oh, yes! All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, as we were talking about earlier, I think this should have been the first fight of the Dark Tournament, only because the fight itself, well, there's not really a fight. Kurama enters the ring, and then this dead troll you see on screen is Roto. His trick is that he could turn his wrist into a blade. Woo! Not really that dangerous, and everyone else knows it too. It's like, oh, you got a blade. Kurama has a whip. He has like the advantage in terms of range, in terms of like efficiency. You're fucked. But then Roto has a detonator on him, and it turns out that this detonator is linked to Kurama's mother. And it's like, that's right, Kurama. If you do anything to me, then your mother dies. And Kurama responds by being as calm as a cucumber. The most he does is throw a pebble at his chest, at Roto's chest. It bounces off, and Roto's like, that pebble won't do anything to save you. And he starts like trying to torture Kurama, punching him, cutting his cheek. Actually, I think I have the screenshot here. Yes. Watkins, please share my screen for just a quick hot minute here.
Excuse you.
Yeah, look at that beautiful face.
Yes.
That is the Rurouni Kenshin look. I think it looks better on Kurama, but my God. All right, I'll stop sharing. We can only be exposed to that beauty for so long.
I know, right? Like,
oh man, I actually got distracted by that hunk of a fox man. Anyway, so yeah, Kurama is, he's being cut, he's being pounded, and Roto's just like, you know what, Kurama, I want you to lick my boot. And Kurama responds like, no, I will not. And then suddenly, before you're wondering how Kurama gets out of this mess, fucking vines burst out of Roto's chest like it's from fucking aliens. And he's like, I can't move. Kurama knocks the detonator out, grabs it, and is like, you know what? Those who rely on a simple threat, like just one singular threat, yeah, that carries a lot of risk. What if I didn't care for my mother? And Kurama and Roto are both right that in terms of the Dark Tournament, simple threats only go so far. Nothing is underhanded, but you better be careful in how you use underhanded tactics because they could spell out your death in an instant, as was the case with Roto. So I think the Dark Tournament was symbolized perfectly with Kurama versus Roto, and then you can have a slightly more lighthearted version or lighthearted round with Kuwabara versus Riku. That's why I'm saying Kurama versus Roto should be the first fight, but Kurama handled it perfectly. And you even get a nice little touch at the end where Hiei says, don't worry, Kurama, that demon that was attached to your mother, it dies along with the hose. So since Roto died, your mom is safe. And Kurama's like, that's good to hear. And you would think that Botan would be the one to say that, with her knowledge of demons or such nonsense. But no, it's fucking Hiei, Kurama's own, or until Chapter Black, Kurama is Hiei's one true friend.
Yep.
The one that is treated like a brother. So the bond they have is shown throughout this whole fucking series. But you get a nice little touch here. But there will be more on the way.
There will be plenty more, especially from Kurama. This is like, what was it? Remember during the Fourth Saint Beast arc where we see how Kurama handled the stone demon. I always forget his name because fuck the four. Genbu. What that Racist. Asshole. Racist against demons? Yeah, sure, okay.
You saintist.
So we keep seeing like little bits and pieces of how not only how Kurama fights, but his mindset of a fight. Like, it's not just about, let me punch this dude. It's his style is more strategical, and that's something coming from a Dagashi series as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's a more strategy based fighting style. And yeah, he plays with this dude. He's just like, yeah, what if I didn't care about my mom? Like, your threat is empty. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I mean, he cares, but he's just like, you can try to do what you want. That's not going to stop me from killing you right here. And then just the brutality of these vines coming out. And then as he's laying on the ground, they bloom into flowers.
Yeah. Oh, and he even says the lines like, such beautiful things to come from filthy soil.
Yep, there it is.
and to sum up Kurama's fighting style, you get in both of these lines are from Hiei. I think this one is in the next round, but it applies here. Hiei says, Kurama only fights, or his fighting style is figuring out every aspect about his opponent, and Kurama can do that quickly because he's fucking Kurama. He's a smartass in the best way possible.
Yeah.
And Kurama is like, yeah, he only fights when he absolutely knows everything about his opponent. And then Hiei says, and I want everyone to remember, this is Hiei saying this. He's like, why do you think I chose Kurama? So that I would never fight him myself.
Mm-hmm.
And considering the shit we see from Hiei in this entire series, that speaks volumes about how merciless and ruthless Kurama is.
Well, yeah, I was going to say the same thing for Kurama. Like, when we see what Kurama can actually do, it's like, oh, shit. Yeah, Hiei was right. Not messing with that dude. No.
Yeah, like he's you know that saying that, you know, it's the nicest people in the world that you do not want to mess with. That's Kurama. He's probably the most noble soul in this series, but if you make him mad, or if you wound up getting in a fight with him, he doesn't show mercy. He plays the card of reality on your ass. You're done. Kurama is the MVP of this entire fucking arc. I gotta say it. I know that with Team Urameshi, it takes all of its members to reach the finals, but I feel like Kurama has carried that weight more than the others.
Especially in one of the rounds.
Yeah, if it was not for Kurama, they would be dead. He carries his weight even a little more than Yusuke, and that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Kurama is my boy.
I love Kurama.
I would hug him. I'd kiss him. Would it be gay? Wait, am I a gay or a furry if I want to make love with Kurama? Answer right now.
Yes.
What? No. I'm hitting you with a trick question.
Yes. Oh, what else? I feel like there's a lot. I don't know. Because this is again, like, it's one of those fights with Kurama where we're still getting just a little taste of how he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
you don't see a fully evolved fighting style. You just see his mind at work.
Yeah.
We'll get fighting styles in the next round, though.
Oh, that round. I can't wait for that round, dog.
It's gonna be great.
Oh my god. I don't know. Do you have anything else?
No, Kurama's the MVP of this entire tournament arc, and no one can convince me otherwise.
All right, moving on.
Take it away. This is your turn.
Okay.
This is our baby.
So I gotta backtrack a little bit. So when Team Urameshi come to the hotel, they get their room, and room service brings up some coffee for them, and they're just like, let's drink some coffee. And all of a sudden, the cup's missing, and apparently 2 members of Team Rokuyukai have entered the room, one being Rinku and the other being Ziru, who is apparently, quote-unquote, they try to build him up as the leader of Team Rokuyukai. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Haha, indeed. So we're sitting here thinking, oh, he must be the leader of Team Rokuyukai. Well, I guess Yusuke will have an issue with that, even though Yusuke's still asleep in the corner. Whatever. So it gets to the part where Ziru just gets into the ring. He's like, all right, I'm going to take care of this. And apparently he uses fire moves. Okay, great, awesome. Hiei steps up to bat. He's just like, I'm going to take this on. So they has a little stare down. Ziru unleashes some flames from hell, and he's all like, look at my flames, here's my fireball, taste my fireball, and it hits Hiei, and he's all like, I'm burning alive. But no, he's not. Only his clothes pretty much burned. And he's just like, hey, you made fun of my Jagan eye, right? Saying that I just got it for no apparent reason, blah, blah, blah. You fucking, you're making fun of my third eye? Because earlier on, Zero was just like, oh, you got that third eye for no fucking reason, you fucking punk, you fucking piece of shit. And he has like
disrespect.
Yes. Oh, that line. He's just like, the eye loathes disrespect. And he starts summoning what's called the Dragon of the Darkness Flame. This was animated. Any time that the Dragon of the Darkness Flame is animated, it is animated beautifully. Because we see all this fucking like lightning and dark energy just filling the arena and filling the world. You see like these dark colors, like these dark reds, dark purples, dark blacks, all this shit just start coming. This shading on Zero as he's just witnessing the black flames coming around. The flames don't even move like flames. They move like water. It's like liquid fire just oozing everywhere. And then I almost said Kurama. Hiei, in his one hand, has the flame and just launches it at Zero, causing him to just burst into cinders. And the aftermath, you just see a little charred like outline of his body, where his body would be. The Koto is just like, I'm gonna begin the count, and Hiei's like, no, you know as well as I do, that bitch dead. And Hiei wins by absolute knockout.
Yep.
Not just absolute knockout. He obliterated this man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
And it's just so great.
Yeah, to add on top, I recommend everyone watch episode 30 of Yu Yu Hakusho. You can find it on YouTube. And also, if you don't feel like watching it, just look up Dragon of the Darkness Flame on Google Images, because some of the background shots are beautiful. You get like black pillars shooting around the island, and all the while, like you mentioned with the shading, the dialogue that is shared with Hiei and Zero are fucking bone chilling. Because like we both said, Hiei is staring down Zero, and he's just like, so my Jagan eye may not be perfect, but it does give me exactly what it needs.
Yep.
And then it's just like, it loathes disrespect. And then as he summons the dragon, he's like, I assume just my right arm will do. Meaning that he has more to offer from this giant fucking dragon.
But see, that's one thing I like about this, though, because he says, take my right arm. And we see after the end of the fight, his right arm is fucked. Like,
destroyed.
Yeah, like, so there's consequences to that, which we'll get to at a later date. But just like seeing the immediate consequence was sick enough, and then just seeing like what it does to Zero. And I got so awesome, so good.
Two more things to add on here. What Zero said in front as Hiei was charging up. You see him lose all his demeanor, all that cockiness, and his final words, by the way, are, "Oh, help me."
Yep.
Those were his final words.
Beautiful. You just see, like, just like what you were saying, just the immediate change from the cockiness to absolute fear.
Yep. And then at the end, everyone's just like, wow, Hiei, by channeling the darkness flame, he pretty much would be, until the end of this, near the end, the strongest motherfucker on the team, because you can't really, no one on the team could have really messed with the Dragon of the Darkness Flame.
Yeah.
And then Kobaru's like, oh man, he could probably kill all of us if he wanted to. And then Hiei's like, I've entered an alliance. I'm not going to just betray it. Afterwards, that's another story.
Yep. Afterwards, you might want to watch your back, motherfucker.
Yeah, I saw some people be like, "Oh my God, Hiei pulled this technique out of nowhere," and to those I say,
"Fuck you."
Bring his backstory. If you think it's out of nowhere, just wait till we get his actual backstory.
And not only that, we had some time where everybody trained.
Yeah.
So obviously they're gonna come out with some new shit, like Kuwabara busting out 2 swords.
Yeah, and well, oh my God, Kurama didn't really even train that much. All he did was train Kuwabara.
Yep. he probably prepared some seeds. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna bring these, I'm gonna bring that. Ooh, that would be nice for this tournament. What else is in my arsenal? Ooh, that would be nice. Yeah. That's probably what all Kurama did.
Yeah, and Hiei's like to win this tournament, and I think like Tagoro helped spur it because, like we mentioned last time, everyone looks at Tagoro, and everyone on the team knows they are no match for him.
Yep.
So I'd like to think that's a catalyst for like maybe he wants to try summoning the darkness flame.
Yeah. And he busted out a couple times more.
Yes.
Because it has some major drawbacks, which I don't want to mention yet because hasn't really talked about it yet in the series.
He does it twice more. In this specific arc, he does it 2 more times. Well, not really. He does it 1 last time for real, and then he has a really cool variation in another time. But those are for down the line. And oh man,
we'll talk about the drawbacks of that later because again, it doesn't really get into it right now. But I'll tell you what we're about to get into.
Sheila.
Oi, Sheila.
So,
come here.
When did you go live by chance? Because I don't know when you pressed the live button and when you cut off the conversation. What we were talking about this fight, weren't we? As soon as you hit live,
you were mentioning it, and I hit the record button. But whatever you were saying, you can say it again.
So, children, friends, adults, demonic hell spawns of all ages across all eons. You know me as the One Piece guy. And if you only watch this series, you may know me as that guy that, oh my God, really is obsessed with Yu Yu Hakusho, only because I love it so much. But I'm the One Piece guy. And if you want a proper analogy of this fight, this shit was the original Luffy versus Katakuri fight. And I will say it right now, Luffy versus Katakuri fucking wishes it could be like this.
Yes.
Because I think this is particularly your child, so details can be shared on your side. However, I do want to point out here that Yusuke versus Chu is Luffy versus Katakuri because both of them have similar powers. You have the size difference. You have Chu's very interesting obsession in terms of a certain substance. Katakuri donuts, Chu beer.
Yep.
And in like you have the clash of powers, but at the very end, it just turns into like an all-out brawl match. But instead of Snake Man, you get like this gangster's hell challenge of here, put your foot on this knife. Don't move. First one to fall from blows loses. And oh my God, this fight is like I said, this is like a true man-to-man battle. This is the shit that like I mentioned, this is Luffy versus Katakuri, original and perfected. All other imitators, get the fuck out.
Yeah. No, this is the definition of meathead brawling, like watching 2 men just beat each other up, manly men style, like men only can men.
Not even men. Kuwabara mentions this is the stuff legends are made out of.
Yes. Oh my God. When he says that line, I'm just like, oh fuck yeah, get in there.
With the transition of them breaking apart the fucking earth and they're on top, there's a tidal wave coming behind them, but they're just punching each other.
But let's before we gush more about the knife edge deathmatch part of it, we should talk about some of the beginning stuff. So, Chu, we haven't mentioned anything about Chu until now. Well, there's a reason behind this. So, with the other members of Team Rokuyukai, 2 of them, after witnessing what Hiei did, they're like, no, fuck this. We need to go. They start running. Somebody beats them up and drunkenly comes in. It's this man named Chu. Apparently, he lost a game of rock, paper, scissors and couldn't be on the team that day.
And thankfully, well, a member has died on that team. So suddenly there's a free spot available for this guy. And everyone is like, who the fuck is this drunken bozo? And Chu, for the first episode and a half, you don't take Chu really seriously until Yusuke is in the ring to meet Chu immediately. And I want everyone to know that during all the fights, even with the Dragon of the Darkness Flame, Yusuke
even on the boat.
Yeah. This entire time.
This whole arc, this whole 4.5 episodes, Yusuke's been asleep the whole time. Except for him saying stuff in his sleep, like get up, Kuwabara, like shit like that. Like dumb shit like that. But as soon as Chu enters this ring, he's nowhere to be seen. All of a sudden, he had leapt into the ring, takes his jacket off. He's just like, all right, I'm ready to fight. Let's go. Let's do this. Come on.
Yeah. I do love his line of, the smell of alcohol in the morning. Yep, I'm home again.
Yep, reminds me of home.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. And then you get to see, you can tell that she was different because he and Yusuke have, a little bit of a banter going on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, pre-fight interactions that are, actually important. They're fun. They're lighthearted at first. And then she was just like, well, I gotta admit, if you get me more drunk, I'm gonna kill your ass. And that's
so this is one thing I love when a series introduces this shit. I love when they incorporate drunken fist style into fighting, because that style of fighting is so interesting and intriguing, and I love it because you're using your drunkenness to knock your opponent off balance, even though you're off balance, but just do random shit and attack, and choose a master at that.
Yeah, you then learn his drunken fist isn't just because of the alcohol. Mm-hmm. Apparently, for this one demon, alcohol, whether it's spirit world beer or human beer, alcohol gives him spirit energy.
Yep. It's to the point, when he's charging up his attack, I forgot what does he actually have a name for it? That ball
I don't
attack?
remember. I think he has a name, but I do not remember it.
I'm gonna call it the alcohol bomb. And the reason I'm gonna call it the alcohol bomb, so basically he's charging up this attack that has this a massive spirit energy in it. And Hiei on the side, he's just you can even see the alcohol going into this thing.
Yeah, alcohol is this guy's fuel source.
And that's honestly why I love him, because alcohol being his fuel source, sign me up for that.
Yeah, it's something you wouldn't expect. You'd be thinking maybe the beer it just awakens a fighting style. And then you learn, it's what gives him his power, and he loves drinking. He could practically have unlimited power if he kept drinking. Yeah. Fortunately, though, Tagashi knows how to put limits on that. It's I'm just going to bring out the most dangerous beer in all the spirit world, and that way gets my full power. And he unleashes hell, and that's when Yusuke has to really fight creatively just to keep up. Yusuke, by the way, you know the shonen trope of a hero awakens after a long rest and easily kicks ass for a while. No. Yusuke gets shit kicked in for a while.
Honestly, from rewatching this, they're pretty even.
He still gets hit a few times, so he
does. But see that's what happens when you face somebody when you're even like this. The one slip up hurts you greatly,
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, that's why they ended up like this, as you see on the screen, because they both exhausted all of their power, which, another note to add, Yusuke can fire 4 spirit guns in a day now.
Yep.
And he wastes one just showing it off.
And then 2. Oh my god, we need to have
the double.
The catalyst.
The double.
Yeah, like Chu fires this ball, like he gets Yusuke off balance, and it's like, oh, time to die, boy. Throws a giant bomb, and then Yusuke fires 2 spirit guns in a row. And, well, they get through, and they hit Chu. However, it's not enough to destroy Chu's own attack, which I love. It shows that Chu is still just a tiny bit stronger. But they both get destroyed, and their shirts are torn. And well, it's the result is what you see on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god!
Yeah. Now we're gonna cut away from this real quick to Keiko's part of this because Keiko, what?
You monster!
I know, right? So, first of all, before they even do this death match, they have to get it approved through the committee. Don't worry, that's not the first or last time that you're going to hear about this tournament committee.
Fuck them!
Yeah, fuck them entirely. But they approved this death match, and they set it up pretty well with lights everywhere. They were prepared for this shit. Like, they turn off all the stadium lights. They close the roof. They have, like, spotlights right there where Yusuke and Chu are fighting. It's great. But during all this time, Keiko is being Keiko. She's all nervous, like, oh, Yusuke, I don't want him to fight anymore, blah, blah, blah. But then, like, she gets down there. She's talking to Kuwabara, and they realize that he's enjoying himself right here. He loves this shit.
Yeah, and you even get to see it like a little bit beforehand, where like as Chu is obviously gearing up for the knife edge death match. You see Yusuke actually, like, you know that when someone licks their lips like out of excitement, you see Yusuke do that with a fucking grin. He's like, all right, I might like this.
Yep, like, and that's great because, you know, it adds to her character arc and what she's going through mentally, emotionally, all that, even just in this arc, which we'll get to those moments when we do get to those moments. But this is like the start of all this, where she's like coming to terms of what's actually making Yusuke happy.
Oh yeah, it's not sorry, Keiko, your boy's not gonna exactly go to college and get a job like a normal kid. He's
Nope.
kind of because of how he was raised and how his first big job is a defender of the fucking planet and the afterlife. Fighting is in his blood a little, and you can't really get past that. And you know, at first Keiko is like, she's stunned, and then you see her actually develop like, you know what? I'm gonna let him do that because it kind of makes me happy too. And that's mature for you, but that's a little ahead of ourselves.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get to that moment. It's in my mind right now, that moment, but yeah. But as the death match continues, does it continue? Pound for pound, blow for blow, like both of their feet touching the blades of the knife, bleeding from the blades of the knife.
Yeah, I need to, mention, I know that some people are probably already thinking, oh my god, they kept bringing up the match. Like, they kept bringing up this knife death match. Even during the first part of the fight. It's like, there's a fucking reason. It's like, you can't really, like, it's like, god damn it, I'm trying to think of a good analogy, but it's like, part 2 of this fight, the knife match, it's just so good that it kind of overshadows the beginning. This is the shit that it's known for. It's like, I got it. The knife edge death match is what Dragon Ball Z is to Dragon Ball. You should watch Dragon Ball, but everyone knows Dragon Ball Z for a reason.
Yeah.
That reason.
Yeah, and this is why people remember this fight, because of this death match, this knife edge death match.
You just see like this, you see our main protagonist and you see this guy, he's towering above him and their feet are on the knives. If you guys don't think that's dangerous, try it at home. I fucking dare you.
Yeah.
But seriously, don't try it at home.
Yeah. No, we do not condone child violence. We do,
however,
find it hilarious.
But
since Yusuke is still technically a kid, so
yeah. That's my only gripe. I wish he was like 18 when this shit started, but that's just a personal thing. But anyway, it's like the fucking point. Yeah.
God.
So you have their feet on the knife, and they're just wailing each other. All you can do, or all Yusuke can do, is try to you be faster, hit harder. But oh my God, she was just he hits harder. It's
Yep.
literally a test of stamina. It's what people like Grand Line Review says, and what other people get wrong about Luffy versus Katakuri. It's a test of. It's this test. It's this test of stamina. It's this test of wills. No, that shit. That's it. This is that. Yusuke versus Chu. That's stamina. That's willpower.
Yep.
That's all it is at the end.
This is the peak that those fights wish they could make.
Yeah.
Reach,
During all of this, you hear the song Struggle of Sadness just echoing in the background. Yusuke, he's getting pounded, but he's loving this. Chu is actually losing ground. You can see he's enjoying this too, but he's on the losing side. So he gets desperate, and that's what costs him the match. Where Chu desperately throws in the headbutt, but then Yusuke, with no remorse, just goes full power headbutt, and that fighting instinct, that's what took Chu down at the end. And during all this, you just get like really good imagery of just like the earth crumbles, they're on an island, and the fucking waves are roaring about, thunderstorm, you see lightning striking near the ring. It's
animated beautifully, it's storyboarded correctly, just like the music being used, the voice acting, the sound effects, sound design, all that shit, everything. Like this is why people say that this series is peak fiction, and I don't often say that with a series, but by God, does Yu Yu Hakusho equal peak fiction?
Yeah, it's man, I always keep saying to everyone that doubts it, but like, there's a reason Yu Yu Hakusho is my favorite series of all, like my favorite shonen series of all time, and it's just one of my favorite series in general because stuff like this, man, just fuck.
Yep. But yeah, Yusuke ends up winning in the end. He doesn't kill Chu, which we talked about earlier, that upsets the fans, but he's just like, yeah, let's fight again another time. And Chu's like, oh, we'll get a drink. Lovely. Oh my God. How could I forget? Him and Koto.
Fuck, we do have to mention that.
So like the whole time. Okay, so backtracking. When the whole
sexual
time.
harassment.
Yep, sexual harassment. The whole time that Chu's getting his shit together, getting his alcohol, getting his act together. He just wants Sheila to go out with him. And Sheila equals Koto, and it's just beautiful. I ship them. Come on, Koto. They are the Yusuke and Keiko of Demon World.
Well, about that, first off, I went a little far with sexual harassment. I just did it to be edgy. And second, they kind of have an unfortunate. I'm just gonna come out and say it. Chu kind of abandons that hope as soon as someone better comes along, and I mean
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, but Chu's a beast. I love him.
Yep. Oh yes, he is. But yeah, so Yusuke ends the fight. He flicks off Toguro, who, mind you, has just come into the arena with his older brother and with Karasu, one of the members of his team.
We need to talk about his introduction. We have to.
Karasu's introduction?
Yes. So,
take it away.
Kid, you, like, during this entire time, there may be a lingering thought in the back of people's heads, where it's like, wait, Toguro is the champion. Even he has to abide by the rules, though. He needs a team of 5. And you may think, who the fuck could ever join Togoro's team? It can only be like these beasts, right? Well, so there's a scene while Yusuke and Chu are just clashing fists during this knife-edge death match. And you see these two guards be like, "Conan, you're not allowed in here." And then you see this this creature, this Nosferatu-looking motherfucker. You know what? Fuck it. I'm pulling him up. Where are you? Where the fuck are you, Karasu? Quick, Walkins, take away the scene. I'll find a picture of our boy.
Our
Oh,
boy?
Wait. Here we go. Found it.
Our boy.
Yes.
Trevor assumes Karazu's my boy.
Yes.
Oh, good old Karazu.
Yeah, so this motherfucker just walks to these two guards. He jumps over them, and then the guards explode.
Yep.
And then you're like, oh, this is the guy that's a part of Togoro's team. Oh,
just one of them.
Fuck. Yeah.
Just one of the members.
And oh my god. This is where if I ever make a video about this, this is where the terror of Team Togoro comes into play, because younger Togoro, muscle bound, he's already more powerful than all of Team Urameshi. That's dangerous. But, it could at least be contained to one guy. But then you have younger Togoro, or the older Togoro, and we'll get to him in episode 50. And then, then Karasu comes in. He blows people up. And then you're thinking, oh, he can blow stuff up. Who the fuck on our team could possibly take him? Because you can. Kuwabara, Spirit Sword, blow up. Hiei, blow up. Kurama, blows up. And then when the other fucker on Team Togoro shows up in episode 43, you then get to think like, wait, what? There's no way they're winning. There's no fucking chance. Yeah. They're fucked. They're absolutely fucked. So yeah, Karasu makes like a very chilling introduction, and the fact that he's played by Kyle Hebert, the voice of Gohan, and the voice of Aizen, and he literally channels Aizen but makes it even creepier. He's creepy Aizen.
By the way, fun fact, it's funny you mentioned him, because I'll do this little plug right here. A friend of mine by the name of Benjamin Banks, who has a podcast where they talk about nerd shit, they actually just got Kyle for their 100th episode.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'll send you the link for that when it drops.
Kyle Hebert, join our talks.
Yeah, come on. Let's talk about some shit.
When we get to Karasu's fight, come join us.
Oh god, that video is gonna be.
When we get to the final Hiei fight, Chuck Hubert, come on the show. When we get to Yoko Kurama and that kid with the fishing rod, Vic Mignogna, come on the show.
Oh god. But yeah, Karasu gets introduced and everything's well with the world.
Yeah. I know he's not your boy, but I think everyone on Team Togoro is a boy of sorts. I think I know who your boy is. I have mine.
That's fine. But yeah, final grade A. I mean,
yes.
What else? I mean, the only reason it doesn't get an A+ is because there are other things in this series that get A+, and they will get A+ when we get to them.
Yes.
But yeah, A. Nothing really too actually wrong with it, except, Kuwabara being Kuwabara.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that every single round of this tournament will get an A at the bare minimum.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it was the last arc. I gave like an A-, and honestly, it's like the lowest grade. I gave something a B+, didn't I?
That was the last arc.
Okay,
that was Rescue Kina.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. That's honestly probably the lowest I am ever going to give everything in Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah, everything else is pretty much in the A range.
It only gets better from here, guys, because the Rescue Yukina shit, that was like the last, kind of like small scale traditional arc Yu Yu Hakusho gets. From here on out, it's just holy shit, because you have the big tournament arc that it's known for.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I think almost half of the series is the Dark Tournament, and there's like a really good reason. It's defined by it. It's as classic as it gets. And then my favorite arc and one of my favorite villains is after that. So We're in for a ride.
And then a kind of alright ending.
Oh, you say all right. I say I think it works very well.
No, it does. It's alright.
I can't wait for the debate. The final arc, we're going to have a debate and how I think it's actually great and now you think it's just...
I'm going to be like, this is worse than the Fourth Great Ninja War. But yeah, any closing thoughts about the first round of the Dark Tournament?
So I was thinking about death for a hot second there. I don't know why. Yeah, I pretty much said everything I want to. Yusuke versus Chu, the original Katakuri fight, but so much better than that fight I ever hopes I could dream of. Fucking hell, leave your hate down for me in the comments below. I'll respond with
yeah, exactly.
I love this arc. I love this round. Everything. I love it.
Yes, but yeah, leave us your hate comments down in the comments below. I will glance over them and be like, neat.
Wait.
Oh no.
I have one more thing to ask for the people in the comments.
Yes.
All right, everyone. Pop quiz. I want to see responses to this. If you're in love with Kurama, are you a gay or are you a furry? I want replies to this. We'll come back to this when there's plenty of responses to go over.
Yeah. Next Yu Yu Hakusho video, which will probably be in 2 weeks because I do an every other week schedule with these. I need to have the answers by then, and the true winner will be declared either gay or furry.
Yeah, I'll throw a poll on Twitter too, see if I can get any attention with that.
Yes, good. But yeah, leave your comments down below. Like the video if we entertained you in any way, shape, or form. Trevor, thank you again for coming out, talking about Yu Yu Hakusho. These videos are getting longer and longer, but it's all good because we're talking about peak fiction.
Yeah, fuck great. You're never going to hear me complain about talking too long about Yu Yu Hakusho.
Hell no. That's a big old hell no. But yeah, and don't forget to subscribe because, I have other content besides these arc reviews, and they're all right. They're pretty cool. They're pretty neat. And go check out Trevor's channel too. He has some fun stuff on there.
No. I'm not gonna say subscribe to me. I want them to experience it their own way. You're already subscribed.
You subscribe to Trevor because we might be bringing back some long.
The Lawn Man returns.
The Lawn Man might return.
When we defend the honor of Bleach from a certain wolf with an eye patch. When that time comes, we will see you then.
Yes. And yeah, as always, I've been your world champion. Catch you guys in the next video. See ya.